Hey everybody, another episode of On the Paint Table. It's my weekly show where you see what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So this week, I finished painting my army for SLUDGE, Blaster 3's standalone game of black powder dark fantasy combat. I went with a kind of World War I trench war sort of look. There's an artist on Instagram I really like called Mike Francina. Again, trigger warning though, his stuff is really dark and gross. It's kind of like, imagine Demon Geiger World War II. But I went with that kind of a dark aesthetic for my stuff. And I finished painting up my conversion, sort of like morass of dark 28mm stuff that I did as a mixture of like, there's some Warlord stuff in here, Warlord British, as well as a bunch of Wargames Factory Vikings that I think are out of production. Lots of accessories and a few models from Knucklebones Miniatures, a wonderful 3D printing artist, which is on Patreon, and then also some bits from North Star. Actually, there's some Frostgrave cultists and wizards and stuff mixed in there to finish it all off. So, oh, and Fireforge. Actually, there's a bunch of Deus Vult Fireforge Teutonic Knight bits in there too. So a real like jambalaya of stuff, and I finished painting up my first 250 points. So Chase and I can actually get together and play a game. He's been converting lots of like Perry Napoleonics and stuff, so he can throw down too. And I managed to, before we actually threw down to play, pass him a packet of those awesome head accessory things that Sean made, which are being produced by Blacksite Studios. So we got lots and lots of stuff painted this week. A grand total of, I mean, some of them are like multi-based, so it's 15 models if you count them all, or just 5 models if you count my regiment, and then another 12 plus 8, so 25 actual like physical individual miniatures, but like lots of individual pieces. And then, I remember last week I was like, hey, there's a lot of projects already. Well, you'll see. But remember when I started painting robots last fall and I couldn't stop painting robots? It's looking like history's repeating. So I'll show you what's here and what is coming up. So first things first, here is the painted pile. We've got all this great stuff done up for SLUDGE. So what do we got? Well, so first of all, we have our commander, and you'll see the Let's Play coming up for this soon. But the commander is free. Every army has one. And I converted mine, so he's like the free model. I converted mine to have 2 bodyguards, which means you put him on a larger base. So normally he's on a 25mm base. I converted my bodyguards out of some Fireforged Teutonic Knights. Like that's actually a GW Empire Knight head that I carved down, like a Knights Panther head that I carved down for his actual head. Some Knucklebones bits, the Mary Louise, I can't really pronounce it, which is a tradition in Wales, as the standard for the company. It's like an upgrade. And then that's a Wargames Factory Viking body and arm set with a rifle from Warlord and a backpack from Warlord British, and then a head from Knucklebones. So lots of Knucklebones and Fireforge and Wargames Factory bits on here, and then it's just on an MDF 50mm base. So you have to have one in every army. I figured I would always upgrade him to have the bodyguards. It gives a burst 2 knightly arms bonus, and some extra wounds to him as well. And he's super important for a lot of missions and the ability to like issue orders and stuff. And then my other hero is a Chaplain. So I wanted mine, because I wanted to follow that trench war aesthetic, I wanted mine to have like a kind of Holy Rollers vibe. So I have my Battle Chaplain. He's unarmed. He doesn't actually have any weapons. He just uses prayers to like incite the troops and stuff around him. But you can upgrade him to have 2 bodyguards with knightly arms. So I made these like battle deacons out of, again, the Viking bits from Wargames Factory and a bunch of the cultist bits from North Star, and then painted them up suitably like menacing, and then the bags and stuff are from Wargames Foundry, or Wargames, not Wargames Factory, Warlord Games, World War II British. So those are my 2 like heroes basically, and in 250 points, these guys are 30 because I have the banner and the 2 knightly bodyguards, which are very important for like the sort of command and control of the army, and then he's 20 himself, and then the 2 bodyguards are 10 each, so that's another 40. So we're looking at 30 plus 40 is 70 points in heroes, and the rest of the 180 points is the rest of my my team here. So I have the core, which is the line infantry. These guys are super important. Now you can have them 3 different ways, with crossbows and bayonets. You can have them with muskets and bayonets, or rifles and bayonets. Mine have rifles and bayonets. Or you can have them with pole weapons, which are just like big heavy melee weapons. And I'm gonna do a second unit, I think, of like Puritan like fighters who are gonna have melee weapons. But my initial company I did up with like guns. And so they're painted, everything here is painted from a brown base coat. Airbrushing Highland, I think it's called, from Imperial Hobbies paints onto the models after I've assembled them all and based them and stuff. So it's like a uniform brown. For any kind of like trench war stuff, everything's grimy, like everything's dirty. And so starting from a brown and then airbrushing on some other colors, I airbrush like the camel green on, like blotchily, just gives it this great kind of like grim look. And these are, again, War Games Factory Vikings, not the herdmen, but the Bondies, like the regular, like sort of like civilians, with warlords, British arms, heads from Knucklebones, and then backpacks from Warlord, and that's really it. The command is a mix of like Fireforge bits from the Teutonic Knights again, for like the pole weapon and the sergeant there, and then that commander model is a Knucklebones like commander. He's the little like regimental leader with his gas mask. And the banner is just literally like a piece of paper. Actually, you know what it is? Sorry, I made it easy on myself by getting like the edge of a sticker my daughter had and then cutting off a strip of it so it was self-adhesive, and then I just painted it with like white glue afterwards to make it like kind of more permanent and blotched it with some black. Then I have some of the Knucklebones Turnip Troopers I'm using as my shock troops, and they're like beautiful one-piece 3D printable models, and we're painted with all the same sort of methodology as these guys, and they are, so this is another, they're 10 each, so it's 50, 60 with the command, because there's 5 points each for the command there. So it's 60, and then these guys are 25. They're 5 points each, and I gave the unit bombs. They have like grenades in their backpacks, which is perfect for shock troops. So muskets, bombs, and that makes them 85 points. And they're an elite choice, so basically for every regular choice I have, I can take an elite choice. These guys pair up and go together. And then over here, I have my Jaegers and my Foot Knights. Jaegers are skirmishers, so they're basically the same as the line infantry, but in individually based. Mine have crossbows and bayonets, and there's 6 of them, so it's a total of 30 points. And then I have 65 points of Foot Knights. Now, Foot Knights, mine are armed with Thompson machine guns, but they're considered to be like muskets, and knightly arms. And so these guys are super tough and super hard to kill. And I've got them done up in like, they kind of look like the, whatchamacallit gang, not the James gang, the Australian one, where he's got his like boilerplate on. So these guys are all ready to go, run into battle wearing armor and carrying Thompson machine guns and backpacks and entrenching tools. And they're painted again with like the same sort of like base coat of Highland, and all metallics done with some GW. And then everything was given a wash with actually like Inktastic Black, which is a scale 75 black ink that I mixed with some the medium for contrast paints, contrast medium, and then a bit of water, and that gave them that nice dark look. And they're all different. They're mostly the Viking bits from War Games Factory, and then heads from the Fireforge Teutonics, and weapons from the Fireforge Teutonics, and then the World War II bits again are from the Warlord Games British. These guys are the same. They're the Viking Bondy bodies, but with the arms from the Fireforge Knights, which are armored infantry, and then the backpacks are actually Knucklebones. So a nice mix of bits here. And I think of all the units, I think actually the Jaegers are the ones I like the best. They're just like weird and different, and like everything kind of has that awesome trench vibe and is dark and weird, but I think they're the conversions I'm the happiest with. And I'm probably gonna print off some more of the heads from Knucklebones to make another unit. I gotta get more Fireforge Teutonics, so I think I'm out of crossbows, but I'll look on the sprue and see what's left. The problem with these is they're very, like, it's such a mix of bits. If I run out of one like type, then the units won't be the same, but I only need to build another 100 points to have like a full, like the standard game size is 350. So I'm probably gonna build my melee units of like line infantry, which will unlock more elite units, and I do want to have like a cannon or some kind of like field gun as well. So I gotta think on that and decide what I'm gonna do. But there it is, 25 models painted for Sludge. I also was excited to have some accessories ready for them, so I'm gonna punch all these out, and I'm gonna try out the game tomorrow. By tomorrow, I mean actually today when you're watching this, because it's Friday, and I'm giving this a go on Saturday with But coming up stuff, check this out. Got this in the mail this week. It's already well thumbed, as you can see, because I read through it. You can see the review of this today. It's Quarantine 37, the first expansion for Stargrave. And I am pumped. I'm going to be using a bunch of the Stargrave North Star stuff mixed with these same cultists to get on my conversion kick here to make myself a bunch of space zombies, because it's got space zombies. And then I think Jay and I are going to do, there's 3 campaigns in here, a solo zombie campaign, a adversarial zombie campaign, and then an alien bug campaign. So I think I've got some of the Black Site Studios alien stuff. I think I'm going to have Jay paint that up as his crew, and we're going to play the adversarial. I'll use my Colonial Marines, and we'll do like the adversarial Quarantine 37 bug stuff with the actual aliens from Aliens, and then I'll keep with my Rogue Trader theme for the solo and cooperative zombie stuff. But I'm pumped to play through this. I just need to make a bunch of zombies. I have all the alien stuff already. I'm gonna try and get Jay to do the other half of that and have it themed to like the Ridley Scott Alien universe, and we'll keep with the Rogue Trader style stuff for Quarantine 37 for the zombies. Working on some more Marvel stuff too. I need to get Storm painted and then build out my Magneto and Toad so I can play the Brotherhood. I just dug out of a box and was like, I forgot I didn't paint you yet because I thought I painted everything I assembled. And so I'm bringing this out to remind myself I want to paint this week. Also on Sunday, you'll be able to check out some features of some accessories for this game that are pretty cool, which made me, again, want to think about it, and hopefully I'll get to play it again soon. Last but not least, oh my god, this showed up. This is so intimidating. It's the Wave 2 from the Battletech Kickstarter. So imagine Wave 1 was a ton of stuff. This is Wave 2, and there's still a Wave 3 coming. They developed so much stuff for this game. It's insane. The first of the Comstar stuff is here. Look at how cool they are. The crab. This is a level 1, so it's a Crockett, Flashman, Guillotine, Lancelot, Crab, and Mongoose. The level 2 Command, which has some super cool models. You've got the King Crab, Highlander, Black Knight, Exterminator, Sentinel, Mercury. And these are all inner sphere mechs, but like the ones that are unlocked. The King Crab is so cool. The Crab and the King Crab. Look at how nice they are. And I don't know if you remember, guys, but when I started painting them last time, I love painting 6mm sci-fi stuff, and these are such nice miniatures for plastic. It's so cool. There's a ton of more inner sphere stuff. So Heavy Battle Lance. It's a Nightstar, Cataphract, Axeman, and Bushwhacker. So some melee mechs too. The Striker Lance. It's a Blackjack, Panther, Wolfhound, and Jenner. Look at them, they're so neat. And like some of these are such great updates of the original ones. I love this one with the longbow. Check it out. So it's a Stalker, a longbow, and then what are the other two there? Zeus and a Trebuchet. So this is the Fire Lance, and then there's a Heavy Lance for the Inner Sphere. Look at how rad they are. An Axeman, so it's Banshee, Grasshopper, Centurion, and sorry, Hatchet Man. Alternates and stuff. Oh my god, they're so nice. The Urban Lance. Look at how cool they are. It's a Victor, Enforcer, Hunchback, and a Raven. The Raven's so cool. It always looked a little silly in metal, but it looks super cool here, and I love the Hunchback. The Hunchback looks like the bad guy from the Thor movie, which like shoots fire out of his face, except he also has a giant rocket pack. And then the Direct Fire Lance with an Atlas! Finally, they've done the plastic Atlas. This made me so happy to see. It's the iconic mech. Like, it's literally used in the logo for this game. It's an Atlas, a Marauder 2, and a Rhino, and a Crusader. Look at how cool they are. The Marauder 2 is wicked. And then that's the Crusader, I think, and then the Orion's this one? No, this one's the Crusader up top, actually. It's hard to tell because it's just the shadow and stuff, but the Atlas is badass. Also a support lance. Look at these big mamma jammas. This is a way of getting a Cyclops, a Thug, a Dragon, and a Spider with no assembly required. Plastic minis. Look at how cool they are. They're big and chunky. And then the clan stuff, you get a Firestar. Oh my god, they're so neat. So it's a Warhawk, Novacat, Cougar, Kit Fox, and a Firemouth. All the cool light stuff too. The Striker Star, again with more light stuff. Vapor Eagle, Conjurer, Horned Owl, Incubus, and Piranha. And then this one right here, the Support Star with some of the bigger boys. We got a Night Gear, a Linebacker, a Black Lantern, a Battle Cobra, and Arctic Cheetah. They're really cool. The Heavy Star, and this is, look at this guy. It's the Behemoth, so Stone Rhino actually. Supernova, Marauder 2C, Warhammer 2C, and Hunchback 2C. So the clan super versions. Look at the Hunchback with his double rocket packs. The big Marauder. Oh my god, look at him right there. The Stone Rhino in the middle there. No, that's not the Stone Rhino. That might be the Stone Rhino right there. And the new Warhammer 2 with the double rocket packs. So neat. And then my favorite box in all of these, the Ad Hoc Star for the clan. Look at that Kodiak. Look at how cool he is. Oh my god, he's huge. So Kodiak, Farfalcon, Hellion, Howler, Pack Hunter. And I should probably paint all this clan stuff as a new clan that's not Wolf, because I painted all my first stuff as Wolf. And then also all my new Inner Sphere stuff as a different, because I did I did the Great F Legion for my mercenary company, and I did my Donegal Guards, which I should actually finish the company for. But then I'm going to do Comstar as Comstar, obviously. This stuff should get a new either Great House or something. Maybe I'll use the Atlas at least to finish the Dongle guards. And then do a new, like, just do new factions for all this. And then I've just got a gajillion different factions for this game, because why not? And then we've got our actual, like, reinforcement blocks, and this is all of the sheets. Plus tokens, so if you didn't want to play with models, plus map sheets. So if you just wanted to play with punch card mechs, there's 200 additional mech standees in here, and terrain. 248 record sheets for everything that's in this wave. And then some maps. And some support units. Salvage box this week is awesome. It's an actual aerospace fighter, and I'm going to open this one up because you can't see them. It's not transparent, but there's an actual aerospace fighter with cards for Alpha Strike. You get everything in here. So you get, and you get Alpha Strike. I think you get Alpha Strike cards for all stuff in here, don't you? Yeah, you do. You get your Alpha Strike cards as well. So everything's packed with Alpha Strike cards, but an actual new plastic support unit. Check it out, the bomber, the Shiloh bomber. So neat. And it has a special flying stand and stuff too that comes in the box. So I'm really excited to see support stuff start coming through in this nice hard plastic, and it's going to be real hard to not play a whole bunch of Battletech. I'm actually playing Battletech on Sunday with Jay, who you watched me play Legend of the Old West with this week. He is an OG Battletech guy and bringing more OG Battletech stuff. So I'm going to paint up, because it's the newest, I'm going to paint up some Comstar stuff I think to play him with. But again, tell me in the comments what you think I should paint up. So there you go, another On the Paint Table done on the books. 25 models painted. I'm getting back in the groove. I watched the first 2 episodes of C this week while I was painting, and listened to a whole audiobook, which was cool. I still haven't cracked Realm Slayer. I actually picked a different audiobook to start off with on Audible, but I think Realm Slayer is going to be the next one, so I can get to this, like, I really kind of want to do this, like, Book of the Month club, where, like, we chat about it. I might do, like, a Book of the Month thing for Patreon and just be like, we'll all, like, either read or listen to a book and then do, like, a live show just for everybody, like, that's doing it together, and we'll sit and talk about the book and talk about hobby stuff. And yeah, I got all that sludge stuff painted, which was super fun and jazzed me up to play it. And then I was like, I was feeling good about myself. I was knocking out projects, opening boxes, and then this wave 2 showed up. And everything I was excited about painting after the sludge stuff came to a shrieking halt because all of a sudden there was robots that I could look at. So I'm just gonna, like, wet my whistle. I'm just gonna paint a couple, just gonna paint like 1 box. You tell me which box. I think I'm gonna I'm leaning into the Comstar stuff just to, like, paint some new different looking mechs. We're gonna play 200-ton games. I should be able to get 2 in on Sunday. So those 2 Comstars, which one do you think would be an interesting mix of 200 points or 200 tons to play with? Because we're gonna play with tonnage instead of battle value. I'm really still pumped for Quarantine 37. That's high on the list next, but I'm gonna talk about with Jay because I'm gonna try and do some stuff with him. And then, yeah, more Marvel hopefully coming up too. So anyway, big thanks for watching. We'll see you for more of this. You can check out the Quarantine 37 review today, along with other things. Until then, I'm Ash. Happy gaming. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continuing to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching. It really does help out, and happy gaming.